So, revised theory is that we've got a cult of Amelie. I'm sticking with the cult of Amelie, right? This could very well be Urquipu. It could be reminiscent of something else, but that's a very strong possibility. I could definitely accept that. Cult of Amelie. This looks like Amelie. It's the red dress, the whole 9 yards. We've got coffin. We've got a lot of tar coming out of this coffin. We got that same kind of Amelie deal going on here. It's on these staffs. This is very cultish. Everyone's wearing red. Very very ritualistic. They're going up to what looks like a fucking gateway. All right. So the running theory that I'm going to go with right now is that they are trying to bring souls back across and place them into something. I don't know if they're robotic husks or if this is a mold inside that has that they're using the tar that's a highly condensed corallium to generate, with the help of whatever they're going to do up here at this gate. I don't know, but that's the assumption. They're bringing people back across either via a beach or some other methodology. That's the thought process here. This is Louise. We know that Fragile is healed. My assumption here is that Fragile has been healed through the process of them having discovered how to manipulate timefall to reduce her or to reverse her situation. That's my assumption there. Similar to how they, utilized on the Timefall farm. They're getting chased clearly and with reckless abandon because they're getting shot at, and so and then we see one of the cult members here in a few frames, right here, red gun in the whole 9 yards. I think. Didn't know if there was writing on the end of this gun. Either way, there might be. I don't know what that it could be. Either way, this seems to indicate that they are either A, trying to capture Louise and are willing to risk Louise being hurt shooting at Fragile, or they're trying to kill Louise. I don't think it has anything to do with Fragile. It's just that Fragile is very clearly hiding Louise in the fucking mountain ranges somewhere. It's just the two of them. Like we see them coming out of the gate here, right? So they're hiding. Then we get through here. We have the interesting whole concept of them both crying chiralium, which typically only was seen on the beach, or Higgs, who was a special usage case, really, in that regard. Unless I'm forgetting another instance in which we saw people crying chiralium not on the beach. That's all I can think of. So I don't know where to take that, but that just seems to be indicative of something. Then we see the almost BT after image of what would be Louise. Now two interesting things here. It's got to be Louise. We get the wing here. We're only seeing one wing. The wings move, or the wing moves. And it's kind of like we've seen a little bit of this before. We got the one wing angel reference with Beelzebub and stuff in the game previously as well. It's on the logo of the United Cities of America, the UCA, with a one-winged eagle. Also red, and red is important because red for BTs, we learned in the first game, that there were red BTs discovered that were unaffected by Sam's blood in the form of grenades or otherwise. So that is obviously relatively important to take note of there. We have Sam, who I think is just experiencing latent, accelerated aging after the time that he spent on the beach. I think Deadman just, he said he didn't see any, but I think that was just a bit of a miss. We've got Fragile here again, showing him this. We see the name of the ship here, which is like totally, I agree, very Metal Gear looking, is Magellan. Magellan ends up, as you look up on Wikipedia, was a Spanish explorer in like the 1500s that discovered the strait that connected the Atlantic to the Pacific to eventually go on to trade and whatever trade route with Asia. It's in Patagonia-ish. I think that we're going to be in Patagonia in this, is a fair assumption. It would certainly fit the terrain that we would have seen in this game too, to go to Patagonia. But nevertheless, that's an interesting name to point out for that. I would even, I can't remember if we have a release date or not, but that could be another thing to keep an eye out for, is like numbers related to that guy, whether his birth or death date, etc. Possible BB situation on, you can barely see it underneath here, on her chest, but no rest of the apparatus. I'm guessing that this is perhaps just Louise, but this whole scene is happening before the early scenes of her in the bunker, and this is just, you know, when Louise is younger, and I think Sam is leaving Louise with her when he goes off on his grand trip. Then we eventually get to this. So if the theory that I'm going to run with is that they're bringing people back, or attempting to bring people back, through what I'm assuming is a gateway, some sort of ritualistic situation going on, this is definitely Cult of Amelie. You can see it again in the mask. The hair even is the same. Got the necklace as well. The weird fucking organ stuff is making me believe that this could all be very much a cyborg situation. Darth Vadered his ass. This could be Higgs' soul placed in a husk, or it could actually be something else, but I believe that that's the byproduct of whatever that cult-like situation is going on early on, that looks to be pulling something through a gate. These all look like they could be robots in the background. They make mention of the APAC or whatever it was, group, that I think that was the group that were using robots and stuff to do deliveries or something along those lines. In the first game made mention of it. I think that's what it was. My memory is hazy. And so the fact that these all got fucking Dorito heads could very much be that. The other thing to keep in mind here is that, so the colors, so red, Amelie, red, also the BT color that was not harmed by Sam's blood. White is another common theme in this that we see in several places, including the strands towards where up over here, white strands, red BT, baby. White, my furthest flung theory, white is what you get. Rainbow was a very common thing in Death Stranding. Blue was the color taken out. It was representative of death. If you added blue back in, all the colors of the rainbow is white. We know that connections and stuff and whatnot is all very much thematically there. So I'm going to say that might be where that is leading. And man, that's, I guess, it. That's my best guess for now. Maybe something else will come up. But there it is. The theory of everything. We'll wait and see. Maybe some other people will dig some stuff up. As for what's going on here, though, I should mention this. I don't have a fucking clue. The only thing that makes sense here is that this is, you know, the octopus, the kraken, is seen in a few different places. Apparently Kojima's already confirmed that this kraken is Lou. So, you know, we know that, I mean, my God, this could just be Sam hallucinating. How many times does Sam hallucinate in the first game? Like, it was every fucking second day he's hallucinating. Or it could be indicative of something else. But who fucking knows? That's the best guess. And until I come up with a better one, I'm sticking to it.